Good afternoon, Friday the 12th of March 2021, and yeah, progress of sorts. It's sort of little bits of progress hampered by little bits of problem, and yeah, some of it is simply for the sake of morale. I've got a first coat of plaster on most of that wall, and arguably that's out of sequence, but it makes me feel better to see things getting done. Work on floor, yeah, and an awkward and embarrassing damp patch. Now, before I rendered that little bit there with mortar, there was a discoloration in the wall which looked like a damp patch, and I thought, well, it could be, it needn't be. So I slapped some render over it, and it looks like it's a damp patch. Well, there's always going to be that sort of problem in a building like this, because we haven't got a foundation, and we most certainly don't have a damp-proof course. You know, where you build several courses of wall and then you put in a membrane, or the old way was slate or whatever. So there's nothing to stop moisture climbing that wall. Especially now, if we look at this pipe, you can see the level that it goes through the wall. And if you then measure from there up to that little opening, yeah, that's that far, isn't it? It's a certain number of inches or centimetres or something. It's that distance. And the floor is going to be slightly, when the job's finished, slightly over the height of that pipe, which is going to cause me a little headache, but you know, not insurmountable. So the damp patch is that much higher than that pipe. Oh, can you hear that wind? The weather forecast has actually got a wind warning for this area, and it doesn't seem to be too wrong. So let's go and have a look outside. And that is the same window from the outside, in the throes of having things done to it that involve a certain type of raglayage that you can use to fake stonework. And if we measure the same number of inches down, we come to the other end of that pipe, which, as you can see, was below ground level. Now, I've been doing a bit of diggery, and I've got some ideas that I need to lower the level of the dirt outside. I've got some thoughts on how to make this wall a little bit more impermeable when it does involve render and muck and stuff and pushing cats in the hole. And yes, it's an interesting hole, so we'll have a look at it in a moment. So yeah, these are some of the funny little headaches that you get here. A building with no foundations, with the inside floor below the height of the outside ground. When we step back a bit, this ground actually rises towards the building. And exactly why, I don't know. But I think we're going to have to shave something off all of that. And digging holes here is always an archaeological expedition. Interesting what you find. Lumps of
compressed coal dust that people used to use in their fires. When that dries out, I shall use it in my fire. Pieces of pottery, a funny sort of bracket from something, odd bits of glass, always odd bits of glass, isn't there? Yes, nothing to eat though. What's that, a piece of broken wine glass perhaps? Who knows? But, you know, we're finding things in holes, and yeah, I think shaving the dirt will help with drying that wall out. I think I could be wrong on that. Now, just so curious.